this week in hip hop, man, Doechii dropped a Tiny Desk, right? And B Dog, you had some thoughts on this Tiny Desk. I know it's gotten a lot of love out there, right?
A lot of love. To me, I just think she a plant, man. Like she way too polished. This shit is insane. Like the Tiny Desk was really good, and it's just so hard to imagine that this is your first run, media run, and you already look this polished. You know?
I don't think it's if she was a plant, I mean that would make sense, but I don't think that's a product of her being a plant. I think she has a certain type of creativity where it's like she made sure that I'm assuming whoever her team her made sure that the ladies all had like coordinated outfits, same thing in their hair, certain moves on coordinated and things like that. Like that's something that she did, or I give her the credit for that. I'm not gonna say that that's something that they planted her with. My thing is that the whole plant thing to me is, I see why people say that because when I see praise of somebody that's universal based off of what I would deem as, I'm not seeing where it's coming from. Mm-hmm. I see why people go to that and say it's a plant. I just don't know. I don't see. I feel like people, I guess, pick and choose which artists are the ones, and that's a marketing thing. And
I think. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that there's a distinction between when the machine pushes the button behind you and when somebody's a plant. Like my thing is, I think she's the opposite of a plant because number one, the industry's not that creative. When you have a plant, it's somebody that's like they're doing the same thing everyone else is doing, and they just hot for some reason, like like the Jack Harlows of the world, or like like Ice Spice, like somebody is blowing up, and they're like, okay, you don't really see the talent that much, but it's just like they're everywhere all of a sudden. That's to me like more of the plant feel. She's clearly talented and unique. Like I don't think the industry came up with her. You know what I mean? Like she's got her own thing. But the Tiny Desk, to your point, was super coordinated, like super, like practiced, like and theatrical. Like it's almost like I was watching, or almost it looked more like I was watching a play or a musical on like in a theater more than the normal Tiny Desk feel, which is like sometimes I'm just gonna roll up here and rap my songs, kind of thing. So it was super polished and coordinated to that point. So I think that is also though what may be getting the praise, drawing the praise. I think some of it might be genuine because she just immediately, I clicked on that and your attention's drawn to it because she's so dynamic and interesting. I mean, her facial features, like the whole thing, like I said, it's very theatrical. It's like it's not just her rapping. She is like playing a part, like she's like playing, and I don't mean that in like like she's being fake way, but like it's more than just her performing her raps. You know what I mean? She's putting on a performance, and I think even when you hear her music, you get that that, but then when you see her in person, it's like that times even more. So I thought it was dope. Tiny Desk. I don't know if it was. I heard people saying best one all year. I don't know if that's a matter of preference, but I think she's genuinely talented. So,
I don't mean that they ain't gassing her music. I think she's genuinely talented, and her music ain't that good. So, I mean that's great. I'm glad. I like to see artists, with some difference, some originality, not somebody that's trash like Ice Spice getting shine. But now that she did Ozempic and she got thin, nobody wants to see her no more. So now they hyping up somebody else. So
I didn't.
I'm glad. That's what people been saying online, man. I don't know. I'm just joking about that.
Nah, she looked bad.
She got thin. She got thinner. So people now is like, I don't want to hear her no more. She got skinny. She don't look good no more.
Sure don't. I don't know. I just think the button press on Doechii It's a crazy big button for somebody who hasn't proven anything yet. Like, no, I don't know. I haven't heard nothing. Like I said, she popped up out of nowhere, had all the interviews, all of the stuff set up, and she been gone ever since.
Oh, the machines behind it, 100%. I agree with that. But just like the machines behind, Kendrick or was from the beginning as well. So I think the TDE knows how to set it up. I mean, clearly they know how to
But
set
why
it
they don't set it up for your man Ab Soul though?
I'm about to say,
up. Absol not marketable like that. Come on, man. I mean, come on. We got to keep it a buck.
I don't know what is marketable. That's the other issue I always have. Because when people start telling me about stuff that they say is hot, and I'll listen to it, I'll try to see it, and I don't see it, and I don't understand why. And this is one of the things. Not that I just don't love the chick music like that. Like I wish I could get more into it. I don't feel it. So yeah, I'm glad that other people are. And this is the same thing. Like to me, Absol, I'm not a big fan, but if he blew up tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised because he's with TDE. I mean, I don't know. Shoulder shrug.
Well, to me, it's not because I get it. Like with certain artists, I feel like I don't understand why people are excited about their music, but with hers, like I said, she's doing something that stands out. She's doing something that stands out. It doesn't sound like the other stuff. So it might not be what I'm looking for, but it is different. It is, something new, and that's attractive to people. Mm-hmm. What Absol is, is just going to give you bars, and we already know people. That's not what people are interested in. Like that's not what's going to just, grab people. So, I think it's apples and oranges, and Cool in the chat says, Cool isn't signed to Interscope, which that's a big difference. I thought all of TDE was under Interscope, but maybe I don't know how it works. I know Kendrick is Interscope, but then
some sign just to TDE. Like Absol just a TDE artist. See, so that's why he's not getting no kind of major label push.
That's a huge difference. Huge difference. Yeah. So that right there, I mean, explains a lot of it. So yeah, I mean, on top of, again, like I said, people don't listen to bars. People want the extra stuff, all the voices, all the stuff. And I'll say this, if for somebody who's doing all that other stuff, to me, I'd rather listen to her than a Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was super popular and doing all that weird stuff. And I always hated her music. I always hated her music. So this.
What about Kendrick? She do her voices better than Kendrick?
I don't think Kendrick's are hit and miss. I hate Kendrick's voices too. But Kendrick has some songs that are good. Yeah, no, Hey Now, Say Now, terrible. All right, but he has some songs that are good. So I don't know. We haven't heard enough from her to say, whether she's more on the annoying side or more on the, good side. But I don't like the voices at all. But I'm just saying her music is not as bad as it could be, is what I'm saying. So like I think she hits a balance that fits with a lot of people, with a wide audience.
We're gonna see what happened with her first album that's supposed to be coming soon or whatever, her real album. They built it up nice with this one. So with the alligator bites or whatever. So the next one supposed to be probably gonna be out of here. So we'll see what that look like. Yeah, I'll probably dislike it. They'll probably eating more.
This was probably like her Section 80, it's like her, her album that's like not the debut album, even though it's like, like clearly an album. And then the next one will be the one they call the debut album, even though it's, like, I don't know. Yeah. Like Kendrick goes to the pop out and be like, this is the beginning. We started from the beginning and play Good Kid, Mad City songs like Section 80 never existed. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably
what's the other one that people love? OD?
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I like OD, yeah, but that was clearly a mixtape. That was Build's mixtape. Mm-hmm. Section 80 was an album, and he acts like it's not the debut album or something. I don't really know how they did that.
Hey man,
but yeah. All right,
I do want to say get an extra piece of hate in that I from last week. Remember Doechii Plant? This chick sold 11,000 first week. Well, who is getting these kind of looks with a? No, I see 11 when I Google search it. Who's getting these looks with 11,000? That's what I'm saying. Like the button It's not even a big album sales. Like, it's a crazy button press to me.
Yeah, I mean, but again, like they not. This is a rollout for the next thing. That's what you're not understanding. This is press for the next thing.
Bro,
this is her soft debut. They're not even going to call this a debut.
I get that. She said it was a mixtape. Well, she was confused herself, but
right.
If she go from 11 to over 100K, that's crazy. In a year,
you can see it right
that's
now,
crazy.
man. You can see it, dog. I'm telling you, you can see it.
But nobody.
Not even be surprised.
Her first week, nobody had heard of her. Right, the album comes out, then everyone's talking about it. Then you got people saying that. Yeah, I mean, okay, I know that she had a TikTok song and that people had heard of her, but B-Dog had never heard of her. Right,
I had never heard of her.
Before the album came out. That's why you called her a plant, when she's not a plant. But then afterwards, they pushed the button. Then everyone's talking about it. Then everyone's putting her on the list. Then everyone's putting her on the album of the year list. Then people are saying, "Oh, she's got the potential to be the greatest of all time." Then Kendrick is like, yeah, like these are things people are saying, right?
Come on, man.
Then she does the Tiny Desk thing. So when her next album comes out, whether it's next year or the year after, people will rush to it because now she has all the anticipation. So that's the part,
for sure.
Yeah, so
you can see it though. You can see it coming for sure.
For sure.